Hello, Sandman Nation, and welcome back. We have our Super Bowl matchup, and we'll give our reactions to the conference championship games shortly. We also have our very own Jarrett Stidham joining the pod today. Super backup Mike Paston is back and filling in for the Sandman, as he has several times before. But there is one big difference between Stidham and Paston. Paston is actually good. So let's get into it, gentlemen, because it is time to enter Sandman Sports. Of course, we also have my partner in crime, my compadre, one of the best dudes I know. Mr. Pat Clutt is back from the ski trip and ready to crush it like he always does. Great to see you both, gentlemen. How are we doing today?
Good. Nice to be here.
Doing really good.
Yeah.
Doing great.
Yeah. You look really good, Pat. Like, are you using moisturizer on your face or what? Because I'm serious. Like, you look really good today. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
I spend incredible amounts of money to look this good. It costs a lot of money.
You're glowing, man. Maybe it's that veil, that timeout and veil, man. All that ski, all that snow. Yeah.
He does. He looks healthy. He looks really healthy.
Doesn't he look? He looks really healthy, man.
Yeah.
Never looked better. Never looked better.
Wow.
Now the bar was pretty low, but still.
Oh man, you guys know how to make a guy feel good.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, let's get right into it because it is time for the random questions of the day.
It is time for the random questions of the day.
All right, Mike, I believe you've done this segment before, correct? The last time you were on, we had this. Okay. All right, good. So, well, then I'm going to just get right into it. I'm going to ask you, unfortunately have to go first today, because we mix it up each week, to be fair, and Pat had to go first last time. So, all right, Mike, I don't think this one's too bad for you, okay? But we'll ask it for you, then we'll go to Pat. We'll give you a little bit of time to think of it. If you could erase one everyday inconvenience from existence, what would it be? So one everyday inconvenience from existence, what would it be? All right, we'll give you a minute to think about that.
Good question.
Pat. Yeah. Okay, Pat, here you go. All right. I am genuinely interested in your answer on this. I usually know you and I think a lot alike. So I usually know I don't know how you're going to answer this. Would you rather have lived 2,000 years ago or 2,000 years into the future?
Knowing what I know now, 2,000 years ago? Like, I mean, there's a lot of ifs, but
you don't know. You're just like, you're living your life 2,000 years ago. You don't know anything about.
Man, I mean, there's gross back then. There was nothing. You couldn't shower. Yeah, I would go in the future. Let's go 2,000 in the future. Is that what you guessed? Is that what you're saying?
I probably would have said in the future too.
There's no toilet paper 2,000 years ago.
I know.
Just a heads up.
2,000 years ago was tough. 2,000 years ago would have been tough, man.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure 2,000 years in the future is going to be much better. It's a little scary. Man. All right, Mike, an everyday inconvenience you want to wipe out. Anything come to mind?
Okay, first thing to come to mind is actually something I've heard on the podcast before, and it's changing out of the cable services to get to another show. When they're streaming those games on whatever they put it on, Prime and all that other stuff, and trying to switch back at a commercial, ridiculous. Drives me bananas. Yeah. So that's my answer for now.
Look at this guy, man. He comes, I put him on the spot, no prep there at all, and he delivers pretty much the perfect answer. So,
that was a test, Mike, and you passed.
I take notes on all your shows. Every podcast, I have a whole file. I take notes on every one of them. And
there you go, man.
My reference source for getting through life.
Nice. Wow.
Oh, I love it. All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody gets a chance to visit our website, sandmansports.com. We have tons of new content every single day geared towards the sports fan and the sports bettor. Our football stuff is winding down, but our golf and college hoop stuff is heating up quickly, so don't miss that. And of course, please also be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. All right, guys. Well, let's get into the opening. We'll start here by recapping the NFL Conference Championship games. Love to hear your reactions from those two games. And I want to get into just your high-level thoughts on the Super Bowl matchup. We won't break the game down yet or make predictions. We'll save that for next week, but just want to hear, are you excited about this matchup or not? And then I've got something on my mind that's been there all week long that I just really want to get your guys' opinion on. And I'll set that up in just a moment. But for now, let's start with the Broncos-Pats game in Denver Sunday afternoon, where the visiting Patriots walked away with a 10-7 victory. Pat, why don't you start us off, sir? What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, so, it's unfortunate that snow came in. I thought we were looking at a good game regardless, and then the snow just came in, basically stopped everyone in their tracks. No one could do a thing. They couldn't move the ball. So for me, it was kind of a boring, frustrating second half because it was like no one could do anything. Usually snow games are fun and I enjoy them. And sometimes that's an advantage for the offense where they know where they're going. They can make the first move and it's harder for defense to react. And so sometimes during these snow games, you get a little bit of scoring, but this one just basically came to a screeching halt. And for me, it was not that exciting of a game. And I would have loved to see that second half played out because I thought Stidham wasn't terrible. He made a couple decent throws in that first half, and I would have liked to seen him get a fair shake and get an actual chance to win the game. So but
they
Mike,
covered. What about you? They did. They did cover, and it was funny. The night before I was playing, or not the night before, a couple of days before I was playing poker at my club with a guy, and he was like, I got all over the Patriots -5.5 when it opened because you starting Stidham, and then it went down to 4.5, 3.5, and he's like, I'm getting worried now. I was like, I know there's a reason why it's coming down. The odds makers know, but I still thought the Patriots were going to cover. And if that game was in regular conditions, they would have won by 14 probably. So, but yeah, Denver's D, they kept it close. What about you, Mike? What were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'm just amazed at how fast the Patriots got back into being a winning team. They were so bad the last few years, and Vrabel and May and the whole culture is back to a winning mindset, and they're really impressive. If the Broncos had kicked that field goal in the first half, it all may be different. They might still be playing if it was still snowing because nobody could score. And I give Vrabel a lot of credit for just assuming nothing was going to happen once that snow came. He was willing to punt it away and not take any chances, and it worked. Well done by the Patriots. A team I didn't like for decades, I like again because they're fun to watch. They seem like quality people. Why not? Let's do it.
Yeah, we go from Patriots fatigue to Chiefs fatigue. Now we're back to Patriots again.
Yep.
Yeah,
they just
crazy.
Can't win too many. They can win this one as long as Bill doesn't watch this. They can win this one, but let's not go like 4 out of 5. Once every 8 years is fine.
Yeah, I joked about Stidham in the open, and he certainly wasn't good, but he wasn't as terrible as I expected him to be either. He had modest numbers, 133 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and much of that came in the first quarter, and I think he got 50 plus of that yardage on 1 play. But he was playing against a really good defense in the Patriots. It was his only start of the year. He was sacked 3 times. He did limit his mistakes mostly, but he did throw a crushing interception near the end of that game. There's a reason he's a backup, but Denver's D deserves a lot of credit for keeping this game close, as I mentioned, because I think the Patriots with Stidham at quarterback for Broncos, the Patriots were a double-digit better team, in my opinion. But Denver's D and the weather, I think, helped. That weather was crazy. I mean, you could not throw the ball in the second half, and even running was tough. I mean, it seemed like they would just hand it off and they'd go a yard, if that. There were a lot of slips. It was just really hard to get traction. The only points in the whole half was one field goal by the Patriots, and that ended up being the deciding factor. I thought the bootleg call by Drake May on third down near the end that secured the win and allowed them to start kneeling. I thought that was just a great call that basically sealed the game. I'm still not sold on this Patriots team, to be honest with you. We'll break down the game next week, but I think it's gonna be tough for them to hang with the Seahawks. But this was their 9th road victory this season, which is a record, and to me, that's just super impressive. And as you mentioned, Mike, I mean, this team goes from 4-13 to the Super Bowl now. It just speaks to how good Mike Vrabel is as a coach and how good Drake May is in year 2. And now Patriots are back for what could be their record 7th Super Bowl championship. They're tied with the Steelers right now. What about the game, really the game of the weekend and probably of the postseason? Rams traveled to Seattle. Pat, what'd you take away from that one?
Yeah, this game was a lot more exciting, a lot more to watch. I think for me, it came down to that botched punt return by the Rams. That was the game right there, where he fell backwards on his ass and didn't catch the ball, and then he was taken out of the game for the rest of the punts.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it. They had so much momentum going, and then the defense made a huge stop, and then all of a sudden you have to get right back out there. You could see the defense just was gassed coming back out on the field, and that was, and then one play touchdown throw to Bobo and huge momentum swing. So, but I thought Kenneth Walker looked really good. He looked like he was on the roids or juiced up because he was moving guys easily. He was fast. He looked strong as heck, and so yeah, look for him to keep that going in the Super Bowl. He looked really, really good. And quarterback play was incredible. I mean, Stafford made some A+ throws, really nice throws, like he always does, like Stafford does. And Darnold, I thought, played a good game. What a game, though. Incredible. I honestly think Stafford, some of the throws he made, that guy's a Hall of Famer. It's too bad he's not going to the next game, because I love watching him play.
I do too. I think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame too. I'll be curious to see if he comes back next year. I think he will. I think the Rams have a good team, and I think he'll be 38. He's got at least one good year left. And I mean, what Brady played at 45 or something? I mean, good Lord. Stafford, he doesn't look old at all. I mean, he's playing great. So yeah, I hope he comes back. He's one of my favorite. I mean, you have loved him, dude. All year you've raved about Stafford, but I've loved him for years. I mean, even when he was with the Lions, he's just I met him one time, actually. When the Super Bowl was in Indianapolis, I took Brady there when Brady was really little, the day before the Super Bowl or whatever. They had all kinds of stuff for kids, and Brady got his picture taken with him. And I mean, he was like, it was only like his second year in the pros. I mean, he was just a really nice guy, and I've always rooted for him. So,
is your son named after Tom Brady?
So kind of, actually. His official first name is actually Braden, but we knew going in we were going to call him Brady, and we actually thought about his middle name being Thomas, but we're like, that's probably taking it a little too far. So for somebody we don't know, let's not go too overboard. But yeah, there was some influence with the Brady name. What about you, Mike? What was your takeaway from the game?
My takeaway is, once again, we've learned that as the weeks progress in the playoffs, defense and special teams matter more and more and more. And the Rams learned you can't get away with not being good on either one. So that's what happens. I think Cooper Kupp story is really nice. LA to Seattle. Now he's in the Super Bowl. I think that's pretty cool. And JSN, absolutely incredible. Had the best season of any receiver. And he looked in that game like he could be open on every single play. It's really, really impressive.
That one-handed catch was very impressive.
Yeah. How are they going to stop him? I don't know, but he's really
it's funny. Again, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves because next week I want us to talk about prop bets and all that. But I will tell you, I saw JSN, what do you think his odds are to win MVP?
No, he's not a quarterback.
Of the Super Bowl or the season?
No, Super Bowl.
30
sorry.
to 1. 30 to 1.
Yeah, they got to be up there.
It's the same guy has to throw it to him every time.
He's third. He's plus 550. So you might not like those odds as much as I do. I think it's worth putting money on, dude. Because
what's Kenneth Walker's?
He's plus 600. I like both of them. I think, okay, Darnold had the game of his life. He really did. He had the game of his life on Sunday. Great game. But JSN was he just made play after play after play. He's the reason Darnold had all those yards and all those completions. And I just think, I don't know. I have a weird feeling JSN is going to have a huge Super Bowl. But yeah, for me, guys, what a game. I just continue to be wrong about Sam Darnold. I keep waiting for him to implode, and instead he went out and had his best game of the season with 346 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Now watch, I'll back him and go crazy on the Super Bowl, and he will implode probably for that, but I hope not. He made no mistakes either, guys. No INTs, no fumbles. And any time the Seahawks needed a big drive or a big play, I felt like he just stood up and delivered. And I find it interesting, you guys probably know this, but he was in the same draft class as Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson.
Wow.
And he is the first of that group to play in a Super Bowl. Well done, Mr. Darnold. You would have won some good money if you had placed that bet a couple years ago, for sure. So their D was up and down, but they were going against the best offense in the league. So I think that's understandable. I really wish that Puka catch at the end of the last play of the game, I really wish he would have got out of bounds. I would have loved to have seen a Hail Mary because they were in Hail Mary range at that point. And I know it's unlikely, but I don't know. I had a weird feeling something strange could have happened there. But
I was good because I had the correct final score. My
okay.
Yeah, my 20 my $20 paid 3,600 hitting the score exact. And they were at the score before the end of the third quarter. And all I was cheering for was for everybody to not score at all. And it actually happened, which was amazing with those two teams.
How many exact score bets did you make, or would you typically make on a game? Like 4 or 5?
4, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
31-30, 31-27, 27-24, both ways. Yeah. It was good.
That's crazy, dude.
It was amazing that nobody scored for 17 minutes to end that game.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you won. I am glad for Bill and Craig and all of our friends in Seattle. Great team, great season, and hopefully they can bring it home in a couple weeks. So, guys, like I said, we won't break down the game. We'll do that next week. But I am curious, are you guys excited about this matchup? Like, what do you think? Patriots versus Seahawks. Going to be a good game or not?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I like good quarterbacks, got a couple good quarterbacks, couple key players, and as you said, ASN. And I think it'll be an interesting matchup because do you know what the early betting lines are?
Yeah, so it's I know it opened at 3.5.
3.5.
It opened at 3.5. It jumped to 4.5 within an hour. Seriously, because I saw it at 3.5 and I was like, oh wow. And then it jumped and now it's 4.5. And I think 4.5 is probably where it should be. And then the over-under is 45.5. Over-under is 45.5.
Yeah. No, it should be a good game.
Someone placed a $1.1 million money line on the Patriots today at Circa in Vegas. So there's some money there.
Yeah.
Was it you?
No. I don't go over 950,000 at any time.
Yeah, no.
Keep it under control. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You excited about the game, Mike?
I think it's interesting. I don't know if I'm that excited yet, but I think we have no idea how these teams are going to play against each other. It's like anything could happen in this game, and that makes it interesting to me. I just, I always want a good close game, which we could get. And I think Drake May's sort of the face of the future of the league, which is good. And Seattle's just a real solid team. And they both deserve to be there. So, bring it on. Yeah.
I agree. Hey, for me, I kind of think the matchup's kind of meh. I really wanted the Rams and Patriots, but I'm glad Denver didn't make it. Let's put it that way, because I think that would have been brutal. Stidham would have been a fun story, but they'd be lucky to score 3 points against.
They're boring. They're a very boring team to watch.
They are. So, but for me, it's a Super Bowl. There'll be plenty of betting done by me, and that alone is going to keep me interested. So it really doesn't matter to me which two teams play. I will have plenty to keep me interested. All right, guys. So I do want to pivot to a different topic for opening real quick, and it's about tickets to sporting events. And I think it's kind of timely because the Super Bowl, we know ticket prices get crazy and people are clamoring for it. But what really got me thinking about this was I read a couple days ago that hundreds of Duke students have already started camping out for their game against North Carolina at Cameron Indoor. And that's cool and shouldn't really be surprising. People, the students camp out all the time. But here's what I find is so interesting. The game isn't for 44 more days from when they started camping out. Now it's about 40 days away, probably. 44 days. That's a month and a half, guys. Resale prices for that game are already reportedly north of $2,000 per ticket. This is a regular season game.
It's not just a regular season game. It's Duke, North Carolina.
It's well, I know, but it's a regular season Duke, North Carolina game. But you're right. It's a crazy rivalry game. I get it. At the same time,
and they just like a frat house put out a tent, and they got like a bunch of guys just coming in and out. Like, all right, go.
Oh yeah,
go,
I mean, I know
you go in
the
tent for 10 minutes. Go, or you got a 2-hour shift. I'll come on and relieve you.
They have very specific rules about tenting at Duke. There's 12 people to a tent. There's 4 tiers of tents. Yeah, you have to have a certain number in there. They have line monitors that come by at all times of the day to make sure you're in compliance. You're allowed 1 hour off after they do a check to use the bathroom and do all that stuff. You need exactly 12 people. It's very serious business.
Really?
Yeah. And if there's more people apply for what they call the black tents, which are the top tier, then they have a trivia question contest. They ask you about the players, their stats, where all kinds of stuff. And that the ones who get the most right get to be in the black tents. Then the next group goes down to, I forget the color, white or blue or whatever. And there's 4 tiers. And this goes on up until the game. And then they also line up, and that's the order you get to go into the arena. And tickets are free for the students too. They don't even pay for this. But this is one of the greatest traditions in sports that all happens before the game. It's incredible. Yeah. And Cameron Indoor, I've been there twice. Absolutely the greatest place to see any sporting event in America.
Wow.
Incredible. Yeah.
All right, it's on my bucket list. I gotta do that.
Let's go.
Have you guys ever played the game Beyond Balderdash?
Yeah.
Do you know what game that?
Yeah.
So it's basically a game where they give you a category and then you have to try and convince people with your answer that that's the right thing, even though it's not. Mike, you would be phenomenal at that game because you were talking. I had no idea if what you were saying was true or not, but you said it so convincingly. I'm like, this sounds freaking awesome. Like, and I know it's true now, but at first I thought you were kind of bullshit. So
Eric, I went to law school. I mean,
there you go. Oh, that explains it all.
Yeah,
that explains it all.
So. God, brag much? Jeez, listen to this guy. I went to law school.
So tickets there. They're always hard to come by. They're always expensive. The CFP tickets to the CFP championship game between Indiana and Miami, those were going for no less than $4,000, which was roughly 30% higher than last year. And I read the Seahawks-Rams NFC title game. The cheapest ticket was $650. Average ticket was $1,421. So, guys, I want to talk a little bit just about tickets to big events. And there's 2 angles here, I think. I think 1 is cost, and 2 is actually getting the tickets. So for those Duke students, they're camping out for basically 6 weeks. That seems crazy to me. But here's my first question. Have either of you ever camped out for tickets to a sporting event, a concert, anything like that?
No.
Once.
You have. All right, Mike, I want to hear it. What was it for?
80. I was in 11th grade. Phillies made the World Series. Tickets went on sale only at the stadium, pre-internet. Drove down, got in line. Waiting in line, they announced game 1 sold out. All right. Then they announced game 2 sold out. I made it. I got tickets for game 6, which happened to be the clinching game against the Royals.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And I have never had to pee so bad in my life. I mean, unbelievable. It was insane. But I got them, and I was at the final game, and it was fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
My God.
Cool.
That's a cool story, dude.
Yeah. It was great. Absolutely great.
You were at the clinching game of a Phillies World Series.
I've actually been at the clinching game of both their World Series wins.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that
great.
is cool. I have never camped out for tickets, but we did go to a Black Friday sale at Best Buy one year, and we got there like around midnight. And I'm telling you, that was one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I don't even remember what we bought, and I know I was young and had no money, and that's why I did it. But I can still guarantee you it was not worth it. I mean, out there in the cold for 6+ hours, it was, brutal and dumb, and can't believe I did it. But anyway, all right, now I want to talk about ticket prices. What's the most you've ever paid for a game, concert, or event? And I want to know, was it worth it in hindsight?
Yeah, mine was I think it was like $430 for Pearl Jam at Wrigley Field last year. And it was worth it, definitely. I'd spend that money to do it again.
That's not bad. That's not, I mean, what were these, like just normal seats? Or
just they were decent seats. They weren't great. I mean, it was like down the third baseline. Yeah.
Concerts are a little different. Like, I don't feel like you need, I mean, if you want to be front row, okay, fine. But if you're listening to it and you can see them everywhere on every screen. So I think concerts are a little different. What about you, Mike?
That was upwards of 500, maybe a little more. I happened to be in Las Vegas after that shooting tragedy, and when Golden Knights were going to play their first game ever back in 2017, October of 2017. And so I bought tickets for Matt and I, and we went to their first game ever where they honored all the first responders, and they came out and scored 4 goals in the first 5 minutes. It was incredible. I've never just absolutely unbelievable experience. So it was worth every penny.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Didn't they go? I think they went to the finals. Didn't they? Or the semis that year? Like it was just an expansion team to go that far.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
They're real good. To see the first game of any franchise is pretty cool. And that was their only pro sports team. So that city had never had a pro game before until that moment, and they were really hyped.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, so I think you both know I went to the Super Bowl when the Bengals made it a few years back, and I paid $7,000 for my ticket.
Wow.
And here's how I would answer if it was worth it. So I obviously wish the Bengals would have won, and I will never spend that much again for any ticket, including a Super Bowl. But I have no regrets, and I'm actually glad I did. I know that's a lot of money, but it was a once in a lifetime experience, and to me, it was worth it, even in hindsight. I mean, going out 3 days in advance, you soak up all the stuff around the Super Bowl. You got the game itself, being at SoFi, which is by far the nicest stadium. It's one of the nicest buildings I've ever been in, to be honest with you. Plus I was out there with good friends. It just was all worth it. Actually, my seat was very good too. I was like second level end zone, so I could see everything really well, especially the touchdowns in my end zone. And by the way, that year's halftime is considered one of the best ever. Now, I will still say Prince was the best, but this one had Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, 50 Cent, and Mary J. Blige.
That's right.
So it was a pretty good one.
Nice.
But no, I don't need to do it again, but I am glad I did it, even though my Bengals lost, and even though I was a lot lighter in the wallet afterwards. And then finally, guys, is there one game, concert, or event that you would absolutely camp out for or spend an absurd amount of money for, like now, to attend? Anything jump out of you?
I would go with Zeppelin. Led
Oh,
Zeppelin.
yeah.
I mean, who knows what kind of shape
That's
guys
my
are
only
in,
only
but-
worry with those old bands, because I love all those old
Yeah.
bands. But you just don't know, dude, how they're gonna
Or
sound.
maybe Vikes Super Bowl. Vikes Super Bowl or Zeppelin.
Would you go to a Vikes Super Bowl?
I think I would. Yeah. I
Yeah.
would want to. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. What about you, Mike?
I'd take money out of the 401k and make it
There you
happen.
go. There you go.
Yeah, when they make the Super Bowl, you might be drawing your 401k.
Mike,
Look,
this
wow.
guy.
Wow.
He's fired.
I
You're
think
fired.
If same thing. If the Phillies made the World Series again and there was a clinching game, I would pay what I had to be there again. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Got to keep
That's
the
it,
streak going, though. Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I probably would have said the Masters last year, but since I'm going there in April, that box will get checked, thankfully. But for sports, watching on TV to me now is just so much more appealing these days. So there's not any really sporting events that I can say I would choose. Concerts, though, I think are different. I think if you being live for a good concert is pretty awesome. I can't say I'd camp out for these, but I would pay a decent amount of money. So the Killers are my favorite band. I would love to see them at the Sphere or at Red Rocks. And I know you've been there. You've been to Red Rocks. Have you been to Sphere?
No.
Too?
I have.
Okay, yeah. So I've heard incredible things about both of those. And for me to see my favorite band at one of those two, I'd pay a decent amount for sure. But
the Sphere's worth every penny. Absolutely
Yeah.
incredible.
Who'd you see, Mike?
Yeah.
The
The
Eagles? Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right, gents. Well, nice job. And Super Bowl will be here before we know it. But let's get into the rest of the show now. Now, we're going to take a week off from Nailed It. We'll be back for the Super Bowl finale edition next week. So that will be exciting. Today, we're actually going to do a segment we haven't done since August. That is called Be My Guess. We'll get into that in just a moment. Then we'll get into hot takes, then Stone Cold Box, and then we'll finish with our top 5. And of course, we'll have plenty of fun and shenanigans along the way, including Pat challenging Alex Honnold to a Lego building competition. As Pat says, quote, anyone can free solo a skyscraper, but show me someone who can build a Lego set without extra pieces left over, and then I will be impressed. All right, guys, as I mentioned, we are not doing Nailed It this week, but we'll be back for the Super Bowl this finale. I do want to congratulate Sophie Haney for winning last week and being our 20th and final qualifier for that contest. We'll give those questions next week, and then I'll send an email to all those participants too, including you too, Mike.
So I'm ready.
In that, you get ready? All right, good.
Mike, you won a week? I can't
I did.
remember. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Mike
I'm
going
ready.
back to
Great.
back. That would be hilarious.
Right. How about that, huh?
That'd be great.
That
Mike, you should just come anyhow.
You should. You should.
Just show up.
The invite is there.
Just show
The
up.
invite is there.
That's on tape, Pat. So let's see what happens.
I don't have the authority to invite you, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I appreciate that. It might just happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Now, I do have to give an update on how me, Bill, and Pat are faring. And Pat, I caught you, my friend.
No.
I caught you, but I did.
Liars.
I did. I got 4 points this weekend. You and Bill each got 1.
Do you have the accounting firm of Schechter, Doctrine, and Cantor or whatever working on that?
Yes. Dude, I have been on fire lately. I need to keep it going one more week. But we are both tied at 48 now, and Bill is he's 42. So he still has a chance because we do have the supersized 10-question version for the Super Bowl. But I think it's going to be a 2-man race, man. So good luck next week. Yeah. Should be fun. All right, guys. Well, it is now time to bring back a segment we have not had since August, and that is the sports trivia guessing game that is sweeping America. That's right. It is time for Be My Guess. Mike, now I can't remember. Have you played this game before with us? I think so.
I have. Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. So basically, I'm going to give you guys a category. You're going to need to guess top 5 and bottom 5 for each. You'll get a point for each one you get right, -1 for a wrong guess. Okay. And since we are in the midst of the NFL playoffs, we're going to focus on that as our category today. So here's the question, and we're going to let Mr. Paston go first since he's our guest.
And he's an underdog.
And you can guess most or least to be like whatever your guess is. Just tell me though. You do have to tell me if you're guessing.
You have
most
to tell you. Okay, that's
All
hard.
right.
Yeah.
Which teams have the most and least NFL playoff wins since 2000? Okay. Now I will tell you the top 5 are 5. The bottom, there's actually 8 because there's some ties there.
Okay.
So
well, I'll start
so
with, as we talked about, the Patriots in the top group.
Yeah. I figured that was an easy one for Mike. So here, let me keep score here. Mike, you got one with the Patriots. Good job. They were number 1. By the way, they have 33 wins. They have 13 more than second place. 13 more wins in second place. Okay.
Wow.
All right, I'll go least. Jets.
Least Jets. Not. The Jets have more. They're not on there, dude.
Bierman,
this goes back to 2000. This goes back to 2000, dude.
I'll go least Raiders.
Pat is -1. Raiders, you got it. They're tied for 5th least or tied for 28th, however you want to think of it. They have 4 wins. So Mike, you got +1 again. All right. Here we go. Pat.
Kansas City most.
Yes, very good. Tied for 3rd with 18. All right.
All right, I'll go most Eagles.
Second.
No,
they're second place. Second place.
Nice.
Sorry, yeah.
Nice.
Second place with 20. With 20. Good job.
Most Buffalo?
Nope.
Shut your face, Spearman.
All right. So you got 2 left on the 2 left on the most, and you got 7 left on the least.
I'll go least Cowboys.
Wow, that's impressive. I wasn't sure anyone was going to get them, but that is correct. The Cowboys are tied with the Raiders with 4.
Give me least Tennessee.
No.
This
Pat,
game sucks.
Pat, you're not starting off the year strong, dude.
Well, you put me up against Paston. That's not even fair. At least give me a couple easy rounds.
There are some that I'm surprised you guys.
I'll go least the Browns.
Yes, they're the worst. Well, they're actually tied for the worst. They have 1 playoff win since 2000, guys.
All right, I'll go least Detroit.
They, believe it or not, they are tied. Browns have 1 and another team have 1, and then the Lions have 2. So I mean, the Lions have been bad. Yeah.
So what's our score? Just so Pat.
All right. Yeah, just so Pat feels better. So Mike, you have 5. Pat has -1. But hey, there's still answers on so.
I'll say, and this includes this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say least the Dolphins.
Dude, Mike is good. Mike is good. The Dolphins are tied with the Browns.
I'll go with the Montreal Alouettes. Man, all right.
There are 3 least and 2 best left.
3 least and 2 best. Give me Arizona Cardinals least.
No.
Damn it. They only had that 1 run with Fitzgerald, right? And Warner. When else were they?
Each of you get one more guess, and then we'll put a bow on it. All right, Mike.
I'll try least Saints.
That is a good guess, but no. That is. I was actually surprised. They did win that Super Bowl though that one year, so that
Yeah, they did.
decent amount of wins. All right, Pat.
I'll go most Green Bay.
Another good guess, but no.
I meant least
Okay.
Bears. I meant least Bears.
But
Did we
least
already say
Bears would
Bears?
have got. Okay, we'll give it to you. No, we'll give you the point on that
All right.
one. So you have -1, and he has 5. So you only lost by 6. Good
It's
job.
close.
All right. So the other bottom. So the Commanders only have 2, and the Jags have 4. So they're tied with the Bears, Cowboys, and Raiders. And then the top, Bill would have gotten this right, I think. The Seahawks. Seahawks are 5th with 15. I mean, they just got 2. And then tied for 3rd. I'm surprised nobody mentioned this team, the Ravens. The Ravens have 18.
Wow.
So,
impressive.
All right, guys. There you go.
Damn.
Good job. Mike Paston. If I remember correctly, didn't you crush it last time too in this game?
Yeah. I mean, Pat doesn't like me to brag, so I will not answer that question.
No, you can brag. I'll just make fun of you. It's fine.
I am a little, I'm surprised Pat hasn't called you by your wrong name yet.
No, it's out of respect that I call him Paston when he's on the show.
Oh,
but when he's
okay.
not
So
here behind his back, I call him Paxton.
Fair enough.
Got it.
That's fair.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. As long as you're calling me, Pat, I'm happy.
All
Just
right,
keep calling.
buddy.
There you go. That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Well, it is now time for Hot Takes. That's right. Sandman Sports Hot Takes brought to you by Double Take Salsa. Guys, I love a good snack, and there is not much more I like to snack on than Double Take Salsa. This isn't the boring stuff. It is craft salsa and hot sauce made with fresh ingredients. Their whole thing is flavor first, heat second. So when you take a bite, you get hit with bold flavor up front, then the heat sneaks in and makes you do a double take. Listen, if you love salsa or consider yourself an aficionado, you have got to try this product. It is that good. So check them out, doubletakesalsa.com. Give them a follow on Facebook and Instagram. Trust me, once you try it, you will be hooked. All right, Pat, lead us off, man. It is Hot Take time.
Hot Takes. Well, I will not talk too much about Alex Honnold because I know Bill will probably want to come in next week and talk about him for 10 minutes. But watching this guy climb a building or mountain without ropes is terrible.
It is
gut
so
wrenching.
Hard for me,
it's gut wrenching. I can't. I tried watching, and I had to turn it off. I was like getting anxiety, and then especially when they show these views from up top looking down, I just gut wrenching. And I feel it kind of reminds me of the old movie Faces of Death. Did you guys ever have at the video store?
Yeah,
it's just like if you want to watch people die and plummet to their deaths, that's the show for you. But look, I'm happy for Alex, but let's stop pressing our luck. If anything, do it for the people who have to scrape your body off the concrete below someday. So anyhow, other than that,
by the way, do you guys know how much he got paid for that?
No,
yes.
How much?
500,000.
500 grand. That's a good payday.
I would have guessed more. I would have guessed. I mean, you're right. It is 500. But the reason I brought that up is I thought it would have been more than that.
Yeah, he's got to leverage it into sponsorship.
He's got to have a shirt that says like "Double Take Salsa" or something like that. You can't
be so lucky.
You can't just have a plain red shirt on in that moment. But
not everyone's a big high performance show to have their sponsorship. I mean, only the best.
Yeah,
only the best.
That's true. That's true.
But for me, I mean, kind of a similar rant to I had a couple of weeks ago. But again, take the points, right? Denver early in the game.
Oh, my God. Dude,
snowy slugfest. You could have gone up 10-0. That's a tone setter, right? Take the points, go up 2 scores. Don't give them a 50-50 chance to gain momentum because that's essentially what you're doing when you go for it. If you fail, it's a 50-50 chance of giving them momentum. You cannot give them any momentum. You kick that field goal, Now you still have, now you're up 2 scores and you're not giving them any kind of hope. So I thought that was huge. The other one, the Rams, 4 minutes, 30 seconds left, right? 4th and a long 4. You're down 27-31. You kick that 3 points, you kick the ball, and no matter what Seattle does, you will have, it's still probably going to be a 1-score game unless they score and go for 2, which they're probably not going to do. So essentially, and if you would have kicked it, Mike still would have got his 31-30 exact score. So he still would have been good on that, right? You have all 3 timeouts left.
Because I had the Rams plus 2.5 too.
I did too. I had the Rams.
You're right. That did not make sense to me. 4th and 1, fine.
But 4th and a long 4
with 4 minutes left. Kick a field goal.
Your team is gassed because your offense is gassed because you guys just marched down the field like 80 yards, right? In 7 minutes.
I love McVay. I think McVay's the best coach in the league, but that was a weird one. I agree.
Anyway, so I'm turning now the page. Our guy Chris Fowler is calling the Australian Open. So I'm like, I'll watch a little bit of tennis. I played a tennis tournament this weekend.
How'd you do?
Good. Yeah, winner. Just all I do is bring home hardware, right?
Nice.
No, actually, we lost the first round in a tiebreaker by 2 points, but our opponents were injured. He injured his shoulder, so he couldn't play in the finals. So we got into the finals. There were only like 4 teams.
You're the Patriots of tennis.
We are the Patriots. Yeah, and then we had a good finals match and stepped up. So that was fun. So it's fun to play. But for me, watching the Australian Open, look out for Sasha Zverev. He's his serve is on, and he might be able to finally break through. But I've started. I put my $200 into live betting just kind of as a test. I'm up to 400. So I've doubled my money, right? I like this live betting. It's kind of fun. And so I started doing it. I started to do a little bit with tennis and cause there's nothing else going on right now other than college hoops. But yeah, I feel like that might be my niche. I like this in-game betting. It's a good time. So I'm going into tennis. I'm going to watch the
in-game
Aussie Open.
Betting is the best. Yeah.
And see if we can make some more money. But Sasha Zverev, that's my pick to stick for the Australian Open. What about you, Mr. Paston?
All right. I'm going to reference 2 things we sort of talked about. Duke's lawsuit against their quarterback. 2-year, $8 million NIL deal. And Duke said, enough's enough. You're not leaving after 1 year. Filed suit. And I'm cheering for him. I mean, this pendulum has to swing back somehow, some way. And if a guy's going to sign a 2-year deal for that much money, then you got to stick to it. And it's just insane. It's complete insanity. You want to learn something as a student athlete, you just learn that contracts matter and everybody else should listen. I did hear today that they're going to reach a settlement probably because obviously he's not going to play for them regardless, but good for Duke. I mean, they're standing up for every college program and things have to change a little bit. So that's my first take.
That's great.
Yeah. My second, also following up on our Patriots theme here, as part of my Patriot rehabilitation program, I would like to admit that Tom Brady's an excellent announcer. He does a hell of a job.
He's gotten really good this
better than Romo. Yeah. He's better than Romo.
Yeah, way better than Romo. But I do have a caveat. $37.5 million to announce 22 games a year, $1.7 million a game. And I don't know a soul who turns on a game they wouldn't otherwise watch because of the announcer. I mean, it's crazy. You don't turn a game off and you don't turn a game on because of who's doing the game. And he's getting $37 million a year. Why? Pay him 20. I mean, Romo and Aikman get $18 million a year, which is probably also too much, especially because they're not that good. But 37, which is more than twice as much as any other football announcer.
That's a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. He's good. Part of my whole Patriot 1-month rehab project. I will admit it, but I mean, come on, 20. He does 20. It's not like a baseball season where they have to do all those games all summer long every day. He does 22 games.
Yeah,
give me a break.
Yeah. I don't think he's the A team, but they're bringing him in for his name, image, and likeness. I mean,
how much money do they make from it? Zero.
Nothing.
I don't understand it.
Yeah,
makes no sense economically to me.
Yeah.
So that's what I got for you today.
Awesome. Well, guys, you both know there are plenty of things in the sports world that irritate the hell out of me. And I'm not sure this one would make the top 3, but it certainly would make the top 10. Can we please, for the love of God, stop playing these awful, meaningless all-star games in any sport other than baseball? I am okay with baseball because there's absolutely nothing else going on in the sports world at that time. It's summer. All the players seem to care at least a little bit. It's organized well. And while I wouldn't really care if they took it away, I'm okay with baseball all-star game. But the NHL, NBA, and namely the NFL Pro Bowl, are you kidding me? I mean, it's a flag game now. The Pro Bowl is now flag. Stop the freaking madness. But what makes me even more mad is this. If you want to name your top players to an all-pro list, great. I get it. That helps with contract bonuses, recognition for the players, all that. Wonderful. But having a physical game or event requires players to actually be there. And that leads me to my point. Because Drake May is now prepping for the Super Bowl, they just had to announce replacements for him. Now, guys, did you see who his replacement is?
Yep.
Yeah. So listen to these stats, and then I will tell you who it is, even though you already know. Okay. This
7 touchdowns,
the season,
10 turnovers.
He finished the season 3-4 as a starter. He completed 56.6% of his passes for 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
All-star.
He has posted the second lowest completion percentage among qualifying quarterbacks since his Week 11 debut. That's when he first played. Okay. This, of course, is Shedeur Sanders. Guys, he is absolutely terrible. He may never start an NFL game again, ever, honestly. I mean, the Browns, there's no guarantee the Browns are going to keep him or start him again. I mean, he's just not very good. And yet he can now say he made a Pro Bowl. Come on, NFL. That is just downright embarrassing. And if that alone doesn't tell you something is severely broken with the way you're handling your all-star stuff, then I can't help you. Sorry, NFL. All right, guys. We talk a lot about sports betting on this pod. We give out stone cold locks. We make predictions. We're never shy about sharing how we did, good or bad. We also talk pools. We've highlighted big winners before, like Brandon Lewis and his Ben Harper runs. We've even spotlighted our own Mike Paston and some of his favorite bets, including exact score bets. So real quick, by the way, Paston, before I get into my take on this, you already shared one. Any other good ones to share recently?
I've had a few good ones. What I've been doing now is I do first quarter NBA, parlaying 2 teams, and I do hockey exact scores. So in the last few days, I had the Thunder 5 to 6 point lead in the first with the Spurs 3 to 4 point lead. That hit 10 pays $8.50. The Nuggets 3 to 4 with the Warriors 3 to 4 also paid $8.50. At Celtics 5 to 6 with the Warriors 1 to 2, 10 paid $7.40. So I try to hit those as best I can, and it's only a $40 investment if you do it both ways. And I look for I do 1 to 4, 1 to 2 plus 3 to 4 both ways on a normal game where the spread is under 3.5 for the game. First quarter is usually close, and plus the tie. Ties pay a lot. And I do my 3, 4, 5, 6 when the spread's usually between 6 and 9, because then the first quarter usually tilts towards the one team, so I don't have to do it both ways. So that's only a $40 investment. And then hockey, anytime the money line is 125 or less, I play 3-2, 4-2, and 4-3 both directions. That's 6 bets. And I keep a chart of every team and how many times they've been in those scores. And I have the top tier, which are 40% of the time. There's certain teams that constantly hit 4-3, 4-2 scores. And I have my moments. I lose my money on other things, but I'm all right on that stuff.
So, wow.
He's got it all figured it out.
Yeah.
That's fascinating, dude.
Yeah.
That's
takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, but it's fun. It's a fun way to watch games too. And if a game's an even spread in basketball and the first quarter comes in within 2 or 3 points, I'll usually do the second quarter. If it stayed even the whole quarter, do the second quarter. You hit the second, you do the third. And I did have a game 3 weeks ago where all 4 quarters were 4 points or less. So that's the holy grail.
Wow.
Yeah, you hit all 4 quarters, then you're cooking.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's the name of the game, and that's kind of what I want to talk about and share a little bit here. So I want to share a win from a very good friend of mine, a big win. This guy's a big Sandman Nation guy. I'm not gonna name who it is, but big Sandman Nation guy, frequent nailed it participant, someone I live near, play a lot of poker with. He texted me after the Seahawks-Rams game on Sunday to share a parlay he hit in that game. Okay. This was not a 2-team parlay, not a 3-team, not a 5. This was a 10-team same game parlay from one game, or 10-pick same game parlay from one game. Listen to these guys. Okay. He had all 10 legs. Okay. Seahawks minus 2.5. The over 45.5. Stafford passing yards over 255.5. Darnold passing yards over 234.5. Darnold passing touchdowns over 1.5. Stafford passing touchdowns over 1.5. And then anytime touchdown scorers, Kieran Williams, Devontae Adams, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Kenneth Walker.
Okay. Nice.
Wow.
I
mean, it's not a bad play to throw all those in. Like, instead of saying, like, I think it's going to be high scoring and I think Seattle's going to cover. Well, now you can spread it all, because all those things essentially are saying high scoring, but Seattle win. Throw in a 10. That's not a bad play. Throw it in a 10.
Yeah, you're just cheering for scoring.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, he bet $100 and he won $18,000.
Nice.
So
very nice.
Yeah,
that's nice.
Yeah. To me, the most impressive thing was 4 anytime touchdown scores. Like, that's to hit all 4 of those.
Yeah.
That is not easy. I love touchdown bets. I bet a lot of that, and it's hard to get 1, let alone 4. So here's my hot take, or my take on this. It's not that you should be firing 10-leg parlays every week and expect them to hit. And of course, please always be responsible with your gaming. But this is exactly why people love sports betting. Every once in a while, you get a big win like this, or you go on a big hot streak, and it's awesome. It's fun. Paston, you used the word fun like 5 times when you were explaining yours. It's fun. That's why we do this. You take a swing, you sweat it out. Suddenly you're watching one game with everything right. I mean, could you imagine, dude, when he sees like his 7th leg hit and then his 8th? I mean, and it's starting to sink in like, holy crap, I might win this.
Did that
type of, go ahead.
Did he do any in games to lay off some of it?
That I don't know. That's a great.
At some point, you got to, with the game like that. At some point, you got to put a few bucks on the other side just for the win-loss thing.
You know what? That's a great question. I'll have to ask him. I'll see him at poker. I'll have to ask him. But you know, those wins don't come around often, which is exactly why they're so fun and just cool to do. So congrats, buddy! Unreal hit, and love seeing that stuff.
Yeah, my biggest was 2 exact baseball scores parlayed, which was pretty cool.
Ooh. Yeah, pretty cool. I can imagine that. Yeah, that was really good.
Yeah,
good payoff.
I've never won.
So.
All right.
You're a winner. Don't worry, you're a winner.
I was close in the Ben Harper playoff edition, and then I needed the Rams to cover to hit my parlay, and I would have been in it.
Is Brandon Lewis still in it? Is he leading the?
It's the playoff edition, you know, so it's only for the playoffs. So that one's, I think that one's over. I don't know. I have no idea. Or does that go all the way to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it goes to the Super Bowl.
I
the 100,000.
Yeah,
Matt was in first till this week. Now he's in third.
Okay,
so he's in it.
Yeah, I was in 4th. Cool. Yeah, I saw Matt was in that one. I was in 4th, and then I had like 140,000, and then I put it all on this little parlay, and they just needed to take the points, and I would have been golden. So,
yeah.
Oh well.
All right, guys. Nice job with the hot takes, but now let's get into this week's Stone Cold Locks. Well, we did not do as well in football as we did last year, but that's okay. We'll be back on the gridiron next week with a special props edition for the Super Bowl. But from now on out, for most weeks, we will be heavy on the golf picks, and that is going to start right now. So let's remind everyone of the format we use for these. It's very similar to last year, but we are making a few minor changes. So each of us will select 3 golfers to finish top 10, okay? 2 can be any players. 1 must be a long shot. defined as plus 10,000 or higher to win. Okay. One change this year, none of us can ever pick Scotty. Last year we said you could if you were behind. This year we're not going. It's just too much of a layup. It's not very compelling podcasting, guys. That's really the problem. So we're going to take him out of the equation, but everyone else is up for grabs. You got 1 point for a top 10 finish, 2 points for a win, 2 points if your long shot finishes top 10, 3 points if your long shot wins. So Pat, lead us off and just give us all 3 of your picks. Just give us all.
All right. Well, it's exciting to have Brooks Koepka back, but I did not pick him. I went with Siwoo Kim. He's plus 2,500. He has 9 consecutive top 25s, and he hasn't cracked the top 10 in his history at the Farmers, but this is more of a nod to Siwoo on the season. I expect good things from him, just like last year. So give me Siwoo as my number 1 pick. Last year's champ Harrison.
I'm sorry. 9 top 25s in a row is pretty friggin' impressive.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had a great year last year, and I think he's going to continue that. Harris English won it last year. He's plus 3,000. He is the horse for this course. He had a 3rd place finish when the US Open was at Torrey Pines in 2021. He likes playing here. So Harris English was my second one. And then my long shot, I got Sami Välimäki, the Finnish Flash. He's plus 12,500. He's a blend of Eric's favorite category, ball striking and putting. So you putt well and you strike the ball well at Torrey Pines. That's good. And he was T15 last year. So give me the finish.
Wow.
Sami Välimäki.
Look at Pat bringing the research strong today.
I have the same long shot, amazingly.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. He finished very strong in 2025. And he's primed and ready to go. And he has six dots over his last name, which is phenomenal.
That's a lot of dots.
Two accents with double dots and 2 eyes. So I think, if you bring 6 dots over your name, you got to show up. You got to do all right. And my other two guys who last week had all 4 rounds under 70. I looked early in the season for consistency.
Nice.
Matt McCarty, who's looking pretty good, and Sam Stevens. I think they're both just steady golfers. Top 10 finishes seem possible. So those are my 3.
Yeah. So we got some 2-pats here. So my first is Harris English. You mentioned all the reasons why, Pat. All the reasons why he won here last year. He closed with 12 straight pars last year on the South Course in tough conditions on that course. And the South Course is by far the harder of the two. He's just a good, solid pro. He's got a game built around accuracy, scrambling, clutch putting, which I think will play well here. He finished 27th last week at the Amex, so not great, but not terrible. So, yeah, I like him. And then my second one, Mike Paston. I'm actually going to make a bold prediction. I've been following this guy for the past 2 years, and I'm telling you, this guy has the potential to be the next big one. Maybe not quite Scotty-esque, but Sam Stevens, watch out for this guy. I'm telling you, he is always around the top of the leaderboard, man. Last year I followed this guy a lot. He went to Oklahoma State. One of my best friends went to Oklahoma State, so I just always liked this guy. And he finished 2nd here last year behind Harris English. He tied for 6th last week at the American Express. He's only 29. He had 4 top 10s last year. I love him at these numbers. He's a plus 4,700 to win, plus 810 top 5, and plus 390 top 10. I've already personally sprinkled money on all 3 of those because I love him. I love him.
Is the golfer we don't mention playing this week?
He's not. No.
Perfect.
He is.
Perfect.
No. Exactly. So I'm telling you, I love Sam Stevens. And then my third guys. So Pat, you've talked about Max Homa a few weeks ago, how he just feels like, and you're hoping for a bounce back and a good year for Homa. And I agree. Love that guy. But another guy I've always rooted for, and I just don't understand why he can't put it together, is Tony Finau. Guys, Tony Finau is plus 17,500 to win.
I saw
He's
that.
plus 2,400 top 5 and plus 1,025 for a top 10. Okay. Now, I know he struggled recently, and I just don't get it. This guy has all the tools. But at this event, now he did miss the cut last year, but in 2024, he finished 6th, and in 2023, he finished 9th. So in 2 of the last 3 years at this course, he finished top 10. At those odds, I can't pass it up, and I just feel like some tournament the guy's gonna turn it on, and I'm hoping that this is
The
the one.
3M
So
in
we'll see.
Minnesota, he won a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nice.
mean, he's won a couple, but yeah, he's never really. He's always been up there. He's always a betting favorite, especially at some of these big tournaments. But then he just never
He
comes
is. I'm
through.
telling you, one of these years at a major, he's gonna be in the thick of it at the end. He's gonna be at terrible odds. Nobody's gonna pick him. He's gonna get hot. He's got all the skills.
He's just
a
got too
very
many
good
kids to
golfer.
take care of. He's got like 12
Yeah.
kids. He's too busy. He's tired from being a dad. Can't focus on golf. He and Philip Rivers. No, he's a good guy. I like
guys,
Tony. You root for him, right?
Yeah,
you got to
I
root
like
for him.
Tony.
He seems like a nice dude.
So we had 3 duplicates there, guys. So listeners, you might want to put your money on Harris English, Sam Stevens, and who was the guy you guys said? Sammy V.
Valimaki.
Sammy Valimaki. Okay, Sammy V. I'll call him. All right, guys. Good job with Stone Cold Locks. Well, now, guys, it is time for this week's top 5. Okay, sirs. Well, we have done 80s movies. We've done one-hit wonders, and I'm feeling nostalgic today. So we're going back to the 80s. The decade has given us some all-time great music, and we're going to pay homage to one of the best decades ever with our top 5 songs from the 1980s. Any genre, any reason, just your favorite tracks from that era. That is our top 5 today. Pat, start us off.
All right, I'm going to start with Modern Love by David Bowie. It's
That's
a
a good
song
one.
that I actually listened to a lot more recently. I didn't really listen to it much in the 80s. I knew it, but it wasn't on my radar. But lately, it's every time I hear it, that intro with the drum,
Yeah,
you get, it's
Dave-
just, you can't not move your body. So this is more of a song that I've been latching onto recently, even though it is an 80s song. So that's my number 5. My number 4, I'm going to go with, I have one in here that's from a movie, one that was 8-track, one that was my brother's 45s, and another that's a cassette. So I'm kind of working through all of them. I know how you like to do those little things, Eric, and I like that. So let's go movie. Don't You Forget About Me by Simple Minds, Breakfast Club,
what a
closing
great
song. I mean, that's in the movie, it's great.
Might
and then
be.
it's just every time you hear it, you cannot think of
You cannot.
the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So
You know, I was going to say it might be. I mean, there's a few songs like that, like Danger Zone for me. I can't hear that song without thinking Top Gun. But I mean, that is one of those quintessential movie songs. You hear it and you just immediately think of the movie. And it's a great song. Great song. Yeah. Love that, dude.
Yeah, that's my 5 and 4.
Love it. All right, Mike, what do you got?
All right. Warning, I'm a mellow kind of guy. I'm into the very mellow stuff. And
So,
I'm also a romantic. So I'm going to start with number 5, my wedding song, Heaven by Bryan Adams.
Dude, that's a great song.
Great song.
All that I want,
Was a great
in my arms.
Okay.
You want me to keep going? I did.
To number 8.
I could sing it in Bane voice too, if you prefer.
No.
No.
So yeah, came out in 85, married in 86, still going strong. So I thought it was the right thing to do. Make it my number 5, Heaven
That's
by
awesome.
Bryan Adams. Number 4 by Rod Stewart, Forever Young. Great song. And if you see the video with him and the little kid in the car,
It's a great video.
Tribute to parent-child type thing. And it's a really special song. So that's my number 4.
That's one
Written by?
I've seen Rod
Written
Stewart
by?
in concert. I don't know.
I don't know.
Bob Dylan.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
So he has said that is one of his favorite songs of all time,
Nice.
Rod Stewart. He loves that song because it basically is an ode to his kid, to his boy, and just a great song. Great video, too. Good video.
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, there are so many good choices for this one. I probably have like a dozen just on my honorables. So for one, to make my list, you know me, Pat, I had to have some criteria. It had to reach top 5 on the US Billboard Hot 100 list. That was my criteria. So we'll have some fairly popular ones. All right, my number 5, definitely the slowest song and the only love. Well, I get asked because I don't know if it's the only love song. Is it the only one? Let me look. Yeah, no, it's actually not the only love song, but it's definitely the slowest song on this list and the only one from a female. I got to go with Time After Time from Cyndi Lauper. There is just something about this song. It's haunting, emotional, very original. It was released in early 1984, became Cyndi Lauper's first number 1 hit in June of that year, and it would stay number 1 for 2 weeks. So, yeah, it's just a great song. And for me, it clocks in. See what I did there? At number 5. All right, number 4. My number 4 is Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams.
Wow, Bryan Adams getting 2.
First, it is just a great song, and it hit top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 back in 1985. Catchy, easy to sing along with, nostalgic because it brings back everyone to those high school summers. Great storytelling, awesome beat and lyrics, and just one of my favorites from that decade. But guys, I have to tell you something that I did not know until probably 2 years ago. And maybe you guys already know. But most believe that. Do you know what the song's about? Okay, I'm gonna guess no. Most believe this is about the year 1969. And while some of the song was written by Adams' musical writing partner, who was older and did base some of it on his growing up during that time, Adams was only 10, and that year meant nothing to him. In fact, the song was almost called like best weeks of our lives or best times of our lives or something like that, based on a line there. But Adams liked the sexual double entendre of this title and went with it, meaning he and his girlfriend had a lot of fun that summer. So just saying, the song is deep on so many levels. It's a real figure, guys. So for that, it makes my number 4. All right. Go ahead, Pat.
Number 3 for me. My older brother Chris had a huge collection of 45s. 45s are the smaller records, and he was the king of the 80s music in our house, so he had them all. But he had a little known band at the time called Guns N' Roses and a song called "Sweet Child of Mine." And I'm a GNR guy. The GNR's coming to Minnesota this summer at a small amphitheater.
Dude, you gotta
I
go
gotta
see
go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the Sweet Child of Mine. GNR, I wore out that record, that little 45. And then my number 2, all right, imagine this, all right. Little Pat Klett driving in the station wagon down the highway. We got wood trim on the station wagon. It's a yellow old beater, and my mom's in the front smoking cigs, and it's because this is the 80s, and people smoked in cars and smoked in restaurants, and we got the 8-track player, and in that 8-track player is Air Supply, All Out of Love.
Oh God,
love it,
dude! That is
Air Supply. My mom would sing along, and it was the best. I every song on that album I can recite word for word, because we had about 4 8-tracks and it was Led Zeppelin 4, Styx, Air Supply, and what was the other one? But we only had a few 8-tracks because you can only store so many in the car. But yeah, the Air Supply was definitely in the rotation quite a bit. So give me Air Supply, All Out of Love. Would you like me to sing it?
No.
Sure. Yeah, I would
Mike said no. I got vetoed. Mike, you're up.
Surprisingly, Air Supply is one of the better concerts I've been to. They were really good.
Yeah,
really fabulous. All right, number 3, Greatest Love of All, Whitney Houston. It's just it's a powerful song.
It's a good song.
It's really intense. And
another song about children. Mike's got a soft spot in this for
I do.
kids.
I do. And number 2,
I'm talking about sex songs over here.
Yeah.
Mike's all about the
Yeah,
the
we know where
softer
your
side.
mind's at.
Yeah, good
the
Lord.
kids
Well,
should
wait
stick to-
till I get to the next few.
Oh no.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Number 2, because of how clever it is, Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Oh, that's a great
That's
one.
just a brilliant song. I mean, it's
Some people will tell you it's like the worst song ever, and some people love it. I love
yeah.
it.
I mean, it's a whole year of history class in one song, and I just think it's brilliant the way he put it together. So I want to go with number 2.
I don't know
Mike,
if you, Fall Out Boy made
they redid
his
it.
goes up until 1989, and then they made one same like beat and everything, but starting in 1990 through like 2020 or whatever, whenever they made the song, it's very good. Like
That's cool.
it's very good.
We
So
had a
if you like
radio
that,
station go out of like they were going off the air, so all they did was play that song on repeat over and over.
Oh, really?
And over and
Okay.
over.
Okay.
Yep. So I was like, oh, I guess they're going off the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, guys. The last 3 all have a theme, and that is that they're all kind of on the hard rock hair metal side of things, guys. I liked my hair metal back then. So, we'll start with this signature song from an English rock band that hit number 2 on the charts back in July 1988, and this song was ranked number 2 on VH1's Greatest Songs of the 80s. We're going with Def Leppard's "Pour Some Sugar on Me." I dare you to listen to the song, not dance or sing along to it. It is impossible. Immediately puts me in a great mood when I hear it. And, this one also has some sexual innuendo to it as well.
That's your
but
criteria.
Guys, when you have lyrics like "Take a bottle, shake it up, break the bubble, break it up. I'm hot, sticky, sweet from my head to my feet." I mean, come on, guys. That's musical gold. So, all right. And then my number 2, we'll stick with the glam metal theme and with the sexual references for this song, which was released in 1989. It reached as high as number 5 on the Billboard charts. It's undoubtedly this band's biggest hit. And again, you cannot hear this song without having a smile on your face. My number 2 is "Once Bitten, Twice Shy" by Great White. And guys, this is another song with deep meaning. I hope you really appreciate the meaning behind the song, okay? This is about a rock and roll guy who starts a relationship with a seemingly innocent girl, and then later it turns out she becomes very promiscuous and cheats on him, which leads him to believe that he should be more cautious, and he's worried about making that mistake again, i.e. once bitten, twice shy. So pretty deep. Pretty deep.
So deep. All right. Number 1, we're going with a tape. I had a tape of Bruce Hornsby, "The Way It Is." And it was
wow. That's good.
Yeah, we wore it out at bonfires at my house. And so for me, this is more a sentimental pick, but I definitely like the Bruce Hornsby, "The Way It Is" album. We put the tape on over sitting around the bonfire. It's good chill out music. And I like Hornsby. He's good piano player. Did a little stint with the Grateful Dead. He's quite the musician. So give me Bruce Hornsby, "The Way It Is." No.
Okay. All right. That's a good choice.
I'm never going to sing again, Mike, after you shunned me earlier. So.
Yeah.
And all the listeners can thank me.
Yeah.
All right. My number 1, I don't think it's the greatest song, but I think it's symbolic and sort of iconic for the whole decade. And that's "We Are the World." I mean, that's got every 80s entertainer there is on that song, all the top performers. And it was huge and it meant something. And I think that's sort of the song of any song that represents the decade.
Kind of a fun documentary if you watched a documentary on that.
It's incredible. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Really good.
Yeah. Well, my number 1, this might be my easiest number 1 of all of our top 5 lists ever. I did not have to think about this one at all. Even my wife and my kids, if you ask them what my favorite song is, they would immediately say this. It became this iconic band's only number 1 single when it hit that spot back in 1988. It is a love song at its core, guys, with a hard rock twist. and Pat just mentioned it. My number one song of the 80s and of all time is Sweet Child of Mine
Nice.
by Guns N' Roses. Dude, that song doesn't get any better than that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I could listen to that song on a 24-hour loop and still love it.
Good stuff.
Nice.
Honorable mentions. Can I do a quick honorable mention?
Yeah, let's do it.
We
Yeah,
got
do honorable
Straight Outta
mentions.
Compton by NWA. Yeah. Coming at
Yeah.
you. Another Brick in the Wall, Part 2 by Pink Floyd. I mean, that's actually
good.
probably should have been my number one. How about Never Gonna Give You Up? Rick Astley, You Too, With or Without You, and then Time After Time, Cyndi Lauper was in my honorables. That was your pick there, Eric.
Yeah.
And then Purple Rain by the Purple Yoda. So
I've got
Purple Rain's good one. Yeah. What are some of yours?
Give you my two runner-ups.
Yeah.
Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now, Phil Collins.
Oh yeah.
Strong song. And Born in the USA, Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
All right.
That was a good song of the decade there.
I got some too. Free Fallin'. Actually, I don't know if Free Fallin' might have been 90. So I didn't fact check that one. But Any Way You Want It by Journey, I like. Only the Good Die Young. I think that was early 80s. Jesse's Girl. I like Jesse's Girl. And from Prince, I love Little Red Corvette, dude. That's my favorite song of his. So, and then I do have to tell you, I love George Michael. Like George Michael songs are good, and he had a lot of good ones. But actually, my favorite one I think might surprise you. I love One More Try. I just love that song. I don't know if you guys even know what song I'm talking about, but I love that one. And then Talk Dirty to Me by Poison. You know, we'll finish with
some hair metal.
Song.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, gents. Well, another good job with that. Good. That was good, fun top 5. Mike, thanks for bringing it strong there as well. And just thanks in general for filling in, Mike. Always appreciate it. Great to have you on here, and you're welcome back anytime. Pat, my brother, you are the man. Great seeing you again, sir. I know we all wish we could keep it going today, but sadly, it is time to exit Sandman Sports. Have a great weekend, Sandman Nation. Peace out and take care.